Shalom, I want to start off swords by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshua, Ba'ashem, God, Kadash. Double honors to the apostle of great Moses, and honors to you brothers doing the work of the Most High in truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's raw name of whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh. His raw name is Yahweh. Son's true name is Yahweh Shai, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshua, Berman, in Hamini Dan Sham, meaning names Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. Real quick, this is inspired by what is now old news, right? I'd been I think forget where it came from, but it was just a remembering of something that the elders, I believe the elders in Dallas, I forget exactly. One of the things they say is just like, why don't you rebuke the demons? Right, and that was just something that was said quite a while back. Like I said, I forget exactly who said it, so Salaki for that. But it's a pertinent question, right? And one of the things that Lord's all, it's a prayer. But what I used to add to my prayer, Lord's all, get back into saying it as well, is to even Lord Baba Kashai, let me see, when demons are messing with me, because that's the thing. Satan, right, is sneaky. Right, Satan is sneaky, right? So you'll be thinking that an idea or a thought is your own thought, right? But really, it can be demons at time, right? So it's really important to also just pray, Lord, show me when I've got demons, because then at least that way you can rebuke said demons. Okay, this is First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. And this is it, the being in this thing, right? These demons are gonna mess with us, right? Let me remember where this is. These demons gonna mess with us. Let's load that there, and then I'm gonna strengthen my brethren is there in there, right, with Peter, right? So let's grab this one first, right? Because this is in reference to Peter. This is the head, of the church, right? You got the orders is you got Yahweh, right? The Father Yahweh Shai, right? Then King, and then the 12 led by King David, which is Peter, right? So it says Luke 22:31, right? It says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to sift you as wheat. Right, let's look into this word here, sift. Right, it's G46:17. Right, it says from Sinazio, right, to riddle, figuratively sift, to sift, shake in a sieve, right, figure by inward agitation, try one's faith, right, to the verge of overthrow. Okay, and that's an interesting one, right? So it says by inward agitation to try one's faith to the verge of overthrow, and that's in this thing of ours. We are constantly, constantly being tried, right? Let me grab this. This is Surat from the top, right? It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord. Sirach 2 from the top says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Right? So, these, these different, it's like if these different, demons, these different temptations, and, these different circumstances, they're part and parcel of this thing of ours, right? It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Right, so it's this idea of, yes, we will go, we will go through things, and Satan will try and mess with us, right? But the idea for the Lord's elect, right, isn't such how is it phrased? Able, sly. This is going to be a hard one to find, I think. I forget how it's phrased, but the scriptures speak about how the Lord will not tempt thee above measure. Maybe let me say tempt measure. No. Oh yeah, Shy. This is 1 Corinthians 10. Let's see if there's anything we can read in. To Okay, no, just jump straight to the point. Verse 13, right? Therefore hath no temptation taken you, but such as common to man. But the Most High faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able. Right? So when we're going through the different things, the different temptations, right? If we be of the elect, we're going to overcome them anyway. Okay? It says, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that you may be able to bear it. Right? And that's it. So let's carry on back in Sirach 2 and 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right. So when we go through these things, we're going through them for the purposes of growth. Right. But as such, there are certain, once again, say it in the sneaky, there are certain things that, really um, are contrary to the things that we believe in. And let's not also forget, right, he has a whole campaign, right, in the world to basically push out wickedness, right? When you be watching these television shows, right, when you be listening to this music, right, when, the different things that we're ingesting, right, ultimately a lot of them, come with demons associated with them, right? And as such, we need to be aware and privy of these demons, such that we can rebuke them, right? Such that we can be like, nah, that I shouldn't be, doing that, or I shouldn't be into that, right? I'm just trying to think of a contrived example. Like for instance, let's say you're walking, down the street, you get a whiff of pork, right? The demon may be like, "Oh, it smells good, doesn't it? Oh, you want to eat it, don't you?" He's like, "No, get out of here, Satan!" And then immediately it starts smelling like shit again, right? Because that is the thing. That swine is disgusting, right? And that's an example, right? In the sense that, in the world, swine bacon, that's like the world's most loved thing, right? But for us, in its truth, we walk past someone cooking some bacon, we're like, yo, that's disgusting, right? It's nauseating, right? Which makes us understand that it is just demons that's making people enjoy that stuff. Okay. Same with people that do the whole, doing it in the butt stuff, right? It's one of them ones where it's just like, I've never done it, but that shit must stink, right? That shit must stink, man. Okay, yeah, people do it, and they thoroughly enjoy it. But what is it? It's the demons that are making them enjoy it, right? Because that is a sick, nasty thing to do, right? So continuing on, right? It says, yeah, read that, right? So let's go back here, right? So that came off of the word sift, right? By inward agitation to try one's faith, right? So that's it. Satan, let's read it like that, right? It says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you, right, that he may try your faith, such that you fall out, right? And that's basically what it's going into, right? To the verge of overthrow, right? That he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not, right? And when thou art converted, right, strengthen thy brethren, right? And that's the thing as well. It's that group prayer, right? You might see a brother going through some stuff, right? Health or whatever it may be, right? You might be just going for a patch or whatever. We send prayers up one for another, right? In the same way that we would hope that if we're going through something, that brothers will send up prayers for us, right? Such that whatever is plaguing us, can the Lord can basically get it off of us, right? So yeah, let's carry on, right? What do we have? All right, we're gonna go back. Yeah, so yeah, let's reset. Start with this again, right? So First Peter 5:8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, right? Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." Right. So you got Satan walking around, in this world, basically just trying to sift, right? And not knowing, right? We have to have our defenses up, right? We have to be not just willy nilly, but also being in the spirit, right? So I'll read from Ephesians 6 from 10, right? It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, right? And then the power of his might, right? And that's where our strength comes from. And that's why, it's important to just trust in the Lord, right? And these carnal things, right, can be a distraction to that, right? Trying to basically do things, of our own will and of our own accord. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, right? I.e., these scriptures, meditating on these scriptures, right? To then just be like, nah, that's once again, that's a demon, right? It says that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, right? And this word wiles, methodia, right, which basically goes into cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery, right? So once again, Satan is sneaky. Satan, these demons, they're tricky, man, right? But that's where staying prayed up, Apostle Rakab goes into this a lot. Keep your medicine strong. That prayer, that fasting, right? To basically, help us, through this, ultimately this wicked world, right? Because all over there are constant, means to, trying to basically, well, we read it, trying to sift us out of this thing, right? So it says, against the wiles of the devils, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Once again, right, when you're consuming this media, whether it be on the social media, whether it be music, whether it be video, right, whether it even be the food, right, there's just an innumerable multitude of demons that we're battling on a day-to-day basis, right? And that's why we need this spiritual covering. That's why we pray for that protection, right? And that's why, once again, we when these demons try to jump on us, we have to always remember to rebuke those demons, right? Because once again, that particular that particular situation, right? In fact, let's grab that. I wanted to get this. So let's say. So let me find it. Where? It just escapes me. I'm just looking for it. Right, this is this is Matthew 17. We start from 14. It says, and when they were come to the multitude, they came to him a certain man kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed, for oft times he falleth into the fire and oft into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart, and said, Why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto him, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, right, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting, right? So this was a particularly strong demon, right, which needed that fasting. It needed, that prayer, right? Once again, as Apostle Rakar says, keep thy medicine strong, and that was, the case with this particular demon, right? So it's understanding. It is, yeah. So I was going back to that particular individual, right? That was a heavy, that was wild. That was wild, okay. But that was a heavy demon. But and before even entertaining those, because that's the thing. Things starts as thoughts. You start entertaining those thoughts, right? But it's at that point you got to rebuke the demons, man, right? Before the demons start festering, right? And that's why, for instance, when you read the law on not the law per se, but like when you read It escapes me how it's phrased. Um, but basically, it's like when when you've got aught with your brother, right? That's why it's we're told to basically get it over and done with, because then what happens is the demons fester. The demons, yeah, look at him, yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, look, all of that sort of stuff, all of those kinds of thoughts, right? And those thoughts you got to rebuke, right? Because that's that's a wicked ass um demon, right? That's a wicked ass demon, man. Because the scriptures speak highly against having aught with your brother, right? So let's carry on. It's Ephesians 6:13, which is wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Right, so understanding of these scriptures, right, understanding that certain times you may have demons messing with you, right, that you need what do you call it? You need to fast. You need prayer, right? And certain times may just have to be your Akim, say it's messing me right now. Can I get some prayers? Okay. It's hey, brothers, be quick when brothers got demons at the job fucking with them, or demons in the day to day fucking with them. Hey, you see it in the chat. It's just like, yo, put curses on so and so and so. And this is it. We got to believe in the prayers that we pray. Okay, we've got to believe them. Right, scriptures speak about that as well. Okay. So yeah, let me just grab this, right? Because one of the things that we said, that I said earlier on, was just it being in this thing of ours, right? These demons, if we be those men, these demons know us, and these demons, will come and try mess with us, right? And that's why once again we have to rebuke the demons, right? As the the elders said. Once again, Slack, I forget exactly who said it, but the point is important, right? Acts 19 from 13. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, right, exorcists, took upon them to call over which had evil spirits. That Let me read that again. It says, and then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Yahushua, saying, we adjure you by Yahushua whom Paul preacheth. And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and the chief of the priests, which did so. And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushua I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye? Right? I just grabbed that just to be like, look, man, these spirits, right? They know who brothers are, right? And they'll be trying messing with brothers, right? Hey, you read the account of Job. The Most High sent Satan on Job himself, as a bet, just to be like, hey, watch this. He ain't going to forsake me, right? But this is it. That's why we read what we read, where it said that basically the Lord would not give us more than we can handle, right? Because at the end of the day, right, we are the Lord's, right? And if we be of the elect, what does the scripture say? None shall separate us, right? So as always, Lord's will, I was edifying. Till next time we say, Shalom.